Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Friday. It's Daryl here. It's not so bright and early. It's 6 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. I'm about ready to go for I guess I could call it a business meeting. I'm going to check out a gallery, going to put some of my stuff up in a gallery, my paintings. So I'm not wearing my traditional black shirt. That being explained, I want to talk a little bit about a movie. I want to do a little short movie review. I'm going to try not to do any spoilers here. Okay. When I watch a movie these days, I don't like shoot 'em ups, like a Die Hard. Die Hard was a classic movie, but I really don't go for that these days. With a lot of violence and car chases. I like movies that make you think, that have a protagonist that I could cheer for, that I could root for, that I could kind of feel empathy for. I watched a movie yesterday, and it was in one of those movies. A lot of the characters, the way I can explain them, all the characters in this movie were flawed. I could almost say deeply flawed. And maybe that's just a more accurate view of life, actually. Where other movies might be a way we wish life was. A lot of other movies. This movie made me think. It made me feel uncomfortable. I want to talk a little bit about it, and I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but I'll give you the basic outline. It's called A Whole Lot of Nothing. Actually, A Lot of Nothing. Okay, 2023. It came out streaming and on DVD and everything probably a couple months ago. So it's a relatively new movie. Like I said, the ending kind of just left me with my mouth open, left me wondering. WTF? Okay, this is how it goes. It's about a black couple, man and woman, professional black couple living in Los Angeles. They both run into problems at work, situations at work with racist situations, and you can tell that. Me not being black, I assume that this is reality. It looks like what I would think is reality for black people. Throughout this movie, a lot of the Caucasian characters kept saying, "You're one of the good ones," and that's just, I can't imagine saying that. I can't imagine anybody. I imagine there's probably black people that hear that a lot. Okay, so it's this couple, professional couple, and they're watching the news, and there's a story about a police shooting a youngster. All right. And the woman gets very upset. You see their life, and they're dealing with a lot of stress and racism in their lives. And then they see this on the news. And the man just kind of handles it. The wife gets extremely angry. And she's like, we got to do something about this. And at first they think about going on Twitter, on Facebook. And then the day progresses, and they kind of forget about it. And they're planning for a dinner that night with the man's brother, and they call it the man's brother's baby mama or fiance. That was another point of contention, calling a black person's girlfriend or fiance a baby mama. And this couple is dealing with these little, they're not little, but this attitude all day. And the woman is out in the driveway bringing groceries in to get ready for the dinner that night. And she sees this cop, this white cop lives right next door to them. So she's out bringing the groceries in, and she sees him. And she just kind of flips out. She walks over and she confronts him. And he's angry, of course. He's dealing with their house. The black couple's very upscale, very redone. His house, the opposite, just like a working man's house, all in disarray. And of course, he's not too happy about people confronting him about what happened. And he tells her to drag her butt back home. She goes back to her husband and seriously exaggerates what he said, and gets him going. He goes over to try to smooth everything out, and she shows up with a weapon. Things get out of hand. They end up kidnapping him. They end up kidnapping their white cop who was involved in this incident, and they bring him back to the house. They forget that they're having a dinner that night with the brother-in-law and the baby mama. Those two show up. So it's the four of them holding this policeman hostage, duct taped to a chair, deciding what to do with him. The brother-in-law is saying, end this. It's just a startling, it's harsh, it's a very harsh reality. I don't know how much I could tell you. I don't want to tell you about the ending. There's a relatively big surprise to all this. There's a couple big surprises. I'd have to say the whole end of the movie is a rather big surprise, but it left me feeling uncomfortable, to say the least. This isn't a movie like I usually go to watch movies that have a positive character, a protagonist, somebody I could root for. And there wasn't one. For me, there wasn't one in this movie. None of the five people in this movie was somebody I'm rooting for. I would occasionally go to the black professional man. I would occasionally almost think of the cop. I would put myself in the cop situation. But they were all deeply flawed, and the ending was quite a surprise. I don't know what rating I'd give this. If I had to say 5 thumbs up, like 0 to 5 thumbs up, I'd give this 3.5. I don't know, because I think the ending could have been better. It's a startling movie dealing with the realities of racism. Check it out. Have a good Friday.